Let me tell you about the problems I had in my life before the DS925 Plus. I am knee deep in audio science related stuff, which means loads and loads of data from various kinds like software, DTF, FR, EQ files, research papers, my own testing data. I am also looking for a job in the data science and AI field, which led me to have various data sets that are quite tricky to get, to practice, to improve my skills. Then I'm an audiophile, which automatically indicated sorting thousands of music files. Then there is data of running YouTube channel, audio with Orgo, A-roll, B-roll, assets, presets and whatnot. I also do some video editing for extra pocket money, which also contributes to quite a large amount of data transfer and storage. The problem was when I switched from laptop to desktop, or if I try to use another friend's PC on a vacation, it is impossible to manage all the aspects I mentioned above. Collaborating with a new person became a nightmare for me. USB thumb drives, clouds, subscriptions, everything just messed up most of the motivation of my work. If we talk about traditional hard disks are not that helpful either. Why? Because I wasted so many hard drives while doing long distance journeys. And the rigid HDDs are quite expensive too, without being too much drop resistant. They are great for basic file storage but extremely inconvenient for working and collaborating in real life scenarios. Before discussing further, let's discuss what is NAS. Before jumping into the nitty-gritty parts of the system, let's understand what a NAS is and if you need it or not. NAS means network attached storage, but if it's a lot more than your HDD on cloud, it's basically a server or computer attached to your hard disk with a rich feature environment that connects the network and provides you with the data. Now, I will discuss a lot about the features of the software section, but as of now, let's see what you're getting in the box. In the NAS box, I received two Synology 4TB hard drives, the NAS itself, and a few accessories like the power adapter, power cord, screws, HDD locks, and two Ethernet cables. DS925 Plus comes with a 4-bay configuration, which means you can install up to 4 HDDs in the NAS itself. I started with 2 and I plan to expand that in the future. The NAS also comes with two 2.5 Gbps Ethernet port, and due to the fact that it's GB and not G capital B, I quite like the added speed of 2.5 Gbps port instead of 1 Gbps. That too, two of them. The SSD support is another game changer. Like you can use the SSD for caching, which means that your frequently accessed file will load with blazing fast speed, even with your NAS is filled with millions of files. The magic of indexing it is. Also, you can use SSD for high speed storage too if you need that. You can just plug your NAS into the router and that's it. You can access it from anywhere in your local area network. You can also open your NAS to the internet, but I refrain from doing that for two reasons mainly. You need some extra care while opening your NAS to the internet, and I don't need any sensitive files outside my LAN as of now. I will make a video about how to set up your NAS for your music and worldwide access, but I will cover that in my next video, not this one. You also can do a lot of cool things like syncing NAS to a different NAS, syncing your cloud storage like Google Workspace. Not only that, DS925 Plus also has a surveillance support for CCTV cameras. No matter what you want with the storage, chances are you can find that in DS925 Plus. At the end, Synology comes with an AMD Ryzen processor with their new Zen architecture and 4 GB of RAM, which is more than enough to satisfy all your data needs, even me. I never actually wanted a more powerful processor or RAM. Everything went very smoothly. Lastly, it surprised me how little power it needs to run the system. The whole NAS idles at 12.7 watts. In working condition, it needs around 30 watts, which is insane for 24/7 operation. Although I turn the NAS off every night and use a UPS for added protection, but it's just 30 watts. Now, believe me when I say these hardware impressions are nothing when it comes to the software. The cohesiveness of the NAS is out of this world. The interconnected operations you can achieve with this NAS is nothing short of extraordinary. Let's start with how you can connect this NAS to the LAN. Plug this into the router and that's it. It's that easy. To set it up for the first time, install DSM and voila, Under 13 to 12 minutes, your new NAS is up and running. Now, before jumping into the features, let's discuss the desktop environment of the NAS, the DSM. The desktop environment of the NAS, which you have to access from its browser, is a Linux-based OS. It's called Disk Station Manager, DSM in short. It looks and feels like a full-fledged desktop experience with Synology's proprietary software. The home screen is beautiful, where you can add or remove performance statistics widgets. There is a notification panel also which logs the important notifications if something needs or it needs to be updated. The NAS, if the NAS has been shut down unexpectedly, everything is there. The DSM also has an app drawer which reminds me of Debian systems. DSM is also configurable based on the user too. A new user can access a new DSM and serve that in his or her own way. The best thing about the DSM is the security and the storage related apps that I'm going to discuss one by one. The storage manager. The storage manager is powerhouse of this NAS. You can fine tune it and do so many granular things with the storage manager that it feels extraordinarily over engineered at some times. But I can deny that each and every feature of the storage manager is crucial and should be included in everywhere. The storage manager makes SHR and RAID 5, RAID 6 breeze to just set up. You can just click through the options, make a configuration. It's so intuitive and user friendly that my dad even can do it without anyone's help for watching a YouTube tutorial. SHR or Synology Hybrid RAID is a cutting edge RAID system that I will talk in later videos, but for demonstration purposes, I am using the simplest RAID 0 or RAID 1. Encryption is also there. So if someone tries to break into your house and steal your NAS, they can do that easily, which is a bit risky. Where you need to store a key in your physical form to decrypt from the NAS. Without the key, it is impossible to access the data from the NAS. Another key aspect of the storage manager is scheduled data scrubbing. You can create a time where the NAS will automatically do data scrubbing and provide you from prevention of corruption and other issues before they become very huge. SSD caching is also a nice way to index the file tree in your NAS itself. Suppose you have millions and millions of XLS files to search from, where your HDD will become slow. Simply indexing with SSD rapidly increases the speed where you can find the data in no time. The storage manager makes it stupidly easy to set up and keep it running. I'm not using any SSD now, but I will surely install a new M.2 NVMe. The user and group management is also quite well implemented in the NAS. Not only you can get the various permission for each user that can access your NAS, but there are cool features like share folder, which I use in good quantity. The minuscule control helps me to manage and monitor each folder and its security and authenticity. A new user gets a new home and a new environment to stay in, which makes it so easy for admin to manage. For a quick note, stay away from the home folder, don't store it, and you are good. Not only that, the recycle bin is also well engineered, where you can schedule tasks to do operations on the recycle bin, which will let you keep unwanted files in the NAS. But the cream of the experience is the SMB, which makes it so easy to drag and drop from your computer to the NAS. It's instantaneous, without any additional UI. Works all the time. Think of it like partition in my computers. You can use it like any other drive. If you are still not satisfied with the inbuilt features, Synology lets you access applications like Plex, MariaDB from the NAS package manager. You can install them like Windows Store and it will be on your hands. It's ready to use. It makes the NAS 10x more useful than a storage device alone. And the app selection is quite crazy. You get things like Google Cloud Sync and Docker Manager, from AI integration to Python and Node. You can make your own server on your command. And managing the packages, the DSM, is very easy. You will be notified when there is an update and you simply have to update that with a click. Seamless and fast and intuitive. Snapshots is by far the best feature I found in the NAS. The package lets you create version of the binary tree file system with ease, and you can revert back to any previous point with just a few minutes. The power of this package is simply incredible. The best part is it only takes the space only when you delete something. the space acquired by your NAS minus the space you can use. Misplacing something or disorganizing something is not even an issue with this snapshot. Now, you might feel that you have more than you need, right? But wait, what if I can say you can access all of this and set up your NAS in a much more intuitive way to use it with your phone? Yes, DS925 Plus lets you add a whole cloud of 8 TB to your phone, like using apps like Synology Drive, Photos, File, Finder, Chat, DSCam, DS Audio, DS Active Insight, and much more. Each of these apps makes the connection between NAS and the phone seamless and easy with just one click. I started this review planning to be analytical and balanced, but honestly, I'm just impressed. The DS925 Plus does everything I thought it do plus 10x more that I didn't know existed in the first place. It's one of those rare technological acquirements that continues to provide value long after the initial excitement is over. It's not just a tool. Every time I use its features, it feels like I'm focusing on my work instead of fiddling with 100 other things. The learning curve is not that steep for basic use, but the depth you can achieve with this NAS will require understanding of networking and other aspects a lot. Every day I'm discovering something new and useful with this NAS. I can recommend this to anyone who is serious about their data management, and more so if someone wants to have a headache-free life. It's not just a good choice, but the workflow I'm currently in is so transformative than the previous workflow where I have to manage a lot of cloud and hard drive and thumb drives and whatnot. The price might be a little high for college students, but I can surely say without a doubt that the scalability and long-term usage of the intuitiveness will pay off sooner than ever. As of now, I can think of living my digital life again without the NAS. What a change, right? This has been my time. See you in my next video. Bye. Then I saw a contest hosted on the internet, and fortunately, I won. They sent me the unit to test and provide a review, and my life took a turn from there. Of course, they haven't influenced me to say anything good or bad about this product. With every product I review, the full editorial freedom is in my hands.